For the past few months, I've been telling you all not to read the polls today. The polls have to be adjusted to make the likely voter model look more like what it's going to be. And right now, it just isn't. Same as far as the registered voter model. You have to get these things right. You have to get the sentiment of the people. You also have to be out there with the people and not just making cold calls. You have to make an analysis based on what the body politic in random selections are done. And that, a lot of times that's not done because, well, they haven't, they use telephones and they don't know the makeup of the kind of folks that make up their telephone database and all of that. All of that has to be tested over and over again to make sure you're getting a good sample that represents America. Now, when you're in this kind of business that I am, you don't get the exact numbers, but empirically, you can see a shift over time in who reads your blogs, the response that your blogs get, and etc. How people, the actual tonality of what's coming across. And if you're blogging in many places, both conservative as well as progressive, etc., you get a good feel for where people are. You don't have the fixed numbers. That's for the statisticians to do. But for a long time, I've been saying that we are heading towards Democrats winning Congress, winning the Senate. In other words, winning it all. And I'm going to go a bit further. We're not going to lose anybody in the House. We're actually going to gain in the House. If we follow on the path, if we continue to fight and tell the truth, if we continue to expose the thugs in ties, if we continue to expose the Republicans like Ed Young, a evangelical preacher who is there lying to his pew, or the Dallas evangelical who tries to tell women what to do with their bodies and find out he's doing stuff he shouldn't be doing on the internet. If we actually we are not people that don't make mistakes. I'm talking about progressives, that is. But we don't try to micromanage anybody's virtues, anybody's values. It's supposed to be tolerant. Well, anyhow, it seems like the numbers are coming into fold now. I just received the latest, just hot off the press, the new Quinnipiac poll. And the new Quinnipiac poll has a lot to say, folks. Biden's approval rating surges after hitting low mark in July. And that is, he went from 31% and a 60% job disapproval rating to now, and this is a poll that's been very hard on Democrats. For some reason, I don't get it why, because they're off a lot of times. But anyhow, now it went from 31% support for Biden now to 40% support. So a 9-point in a month move. We have the federal student loans. Right now, the Republicans have thrown everything they could at student loans. Oh, you're messing with the working class. You just elitists, giving all this free money to people who went to college. They like to disparage college. Well, 53-43 is what that is support of that. But here is the kicker. Half of Americans say Trump should be prosecuted on criminal charges over his handling of classified documents. 50% says he should be prosecuted. 41% says no. If you get 50% of the people saying you need to prosecute Donald Trump, that means you've got a lot of independents also, and that's another trigger. Because all those independents that are saying, let's go put away Donald Trump, are the same independents that would have voted for Republicans, and those Republicans that continue their undying support for Donald Trump are going to find themselves in trouble. So that is a telltale signal right there. The federal student loan is more than a Democratic cue. It's also one of independence. And likewise with those who want Donald Trump prosecuted, but it gets worse. Nearly 6 in 10, according to this poll, think that Donald Trump acted inappropriately. What that is telling you is 10% of the people know he's guilty, but because we're Republicans, we don't want to do anything about it. 2/3 of Americans think the nation's democracy is in danger of collapse, up from 58%. This poll it has caught up to what we've been talking about here on Politics Done Right for a very long time. This election isn't this red wave that people are going to talk about or been talking about. This election isn't even a red wave. This election is actually going to be a mildly blue wave. Mark my word, because Americans are starting to understand the fraud that is the leadership of the Republican Party and those that are running for Congress, those that are running for Senate, those that are running for state houses, who still support the fraud in chief. Americans are waking up. I said it was going to happen, and it is starting to happen. They realize the fraud that they are, and the next ones they're coming for, neoliberals, be careful, because when America starts to wake up, remember, the values that they want are the same values progressives have been pushing, because what progressives want is what the vast majority of Americans say that they want. So folks, do the work. You have to do the work. However, we only win if you go out there and do the work. Enlighten people. Tell them the truth. Show them the numbers. Show them the numbers in a manner that means that it's meaningful to them. And it will be impossible. Hear what I'm saying? It is impossible for the House to switch. It is impossible for the Senate to switch if we are open, transparent, truthful, and if we speak to the hearts of the people. Mark my word. There is no red wave. In fact, a blue wave is in the making. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel. And number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.